You know what that sound mean, right?
I know what it mean. What it mean, G?
It's time is going down. We sorry that we a little late. You know, we was doing a lot of different things trying to better the experience of fitness with Nori, and sometimes it just take us a little late, but we guarantee you that that won't be happening like that. But
Baby, our topic today is stress kills. I told G he gonna stress me out and I'm just gonna kill him. Cause he know I like to be on time.
yeah, but you looking good, and
Thank you, G.
those changes is what set us back. You know, it ain't like we like 2 days late. We just like about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
it was a lot of things for the betterment of the people that's here.
Yeah.
You're
And
looking
that's
good.
watching and everything. So yeah, it was a lot. You did a lot of work, G, and I appreciate you. So thank you so much. So what's been going on with you this week? What's up with you?
Well, same old, same old. You know, just seeing where this world is going.
Seeing
you
where
know?
this world is going.
Yeah.
G, it's
You know,
a lot going on.
This is really, they should take the name of that soap opera, As the World Turns, because I mean, every day is just something
This
different.
world is
Yeah,
definitely
I mean,
turning. It's turning.
I mean, we have become one big soap opera. You know, like
Yes.
the drama that we used to see on those on those reality shows.
Yes,
that's what
yes.
the country
well,
is
that's
about.
why the
That.
reality shows are so big nowadays.
Yeah.
Because we see the reality of it, right?
Yeah.
So that's what's going on. So for me, my baby, you know, my little niece, the one that's always with me, she's currently in studio right now.
Ellery.
She's starting school on Monday, and so we did meet the teacher on yesterday. So I'm excited
Wow.
about that. Yeah, her teacher name is Mr. G. And so,
see? She been calling me G, so that should be an easy transition.
yeah, that
there.
should be easy for her, Mr. G.
Yeah.
You know, so hopefully everything goes really, really amazing this year. We are just praying for all of the kids and everything that's going to school and getting back out here, you know, because some of them are still being homeschooled or whatever. Some of them are still not comfortable. Their parents are not comfortable with the state of the pandemic and everything, and so some of them are still being homeschooled, like my godson. But they're getting back out here and going to school, and so I'm so excited about baby. This is her first
Did
year.
Mr. G try to give you an apple?
No, Mr. G did not try to give her an apple. And
No, I'm talking about you.
and bet not ever. Oh
No, I'm talking about you.
no, Mr. G didn't try to give me no
You know what I'm
apple
saying?
either.
You come in there looking
And
like
bet
that.
not ever.
You know? He didn't win crossed out of it. He could take that left eye off. Me. I
You know
that.
what? That probably did. He probably was a little nervous because I told my sister, I say, he was talking a lot. I was like, he seemed like he was doing a lot of nervous chatter, you know. So anyway.
So it's a new beginning for Ellery because
Yeah.
this is her first time really just stepping out, going to school and being away from you for that long period of time.
Yes, it is. But did you see her face when you said that? She did her little nose and her little mouth, and she did her little turn like, yep, it's me.
Yeah.
So- yes. So that's what happened to me yesterday. That was pretty cool. And then also yesterday evening, I ended up talking to one of my guy friends. Gee, and I want to get your thoughts on this. I ended up talking to one of my guy friends, and he was he had gone out of town. And his wife had gone out of town, and he was at home and everything, you know, with the kids and all of that, handling the business and stuff. And when his wife was gone, I mean, she was gone for like a week, right? And when she got back, he didn't like show her no love or whatever. And he was like, you know, we talked and he was like, man, you know, she seemed like she got an attitude and this and that. And so I had him to run everything down to me. And basically the gist of everything was, did you show her any love when she got back after being gone for a week?
Right.
And he was like, well, I mean, we've been married for like 20 years. So he didn't think that he needed to do anything. And she was just like, I missed you. Like, I missed you. And don't get me wrong, I understand that women are more emotional. At least that's what they say. I just think that women show their emotions. They display their emotions
Right.
more than men. I don't think that one is more emotional than the other. But I understand that we show ours and you guys don't show yours. So what are your thoughts on that? Do you think that if you guys are separated for a week or so or longer, or even a couple of days, if you will. Don't you think that they should, you guys should show each other some love? Like, I miss you. What are your thoughts on that?
It depends on what type of man he is. If he's not built like that, you can't ask a guy to share emotional type thing that a normal man know how to do. You got men that don't make decisions without their wives being involved. That's called more of a complete man because he doesn't make those decisions without his wife being involved. Then you got guys that go out there and make crazy decisions that almost put their rent in jeopardy of getting kicked out their house.
Right.
Because they are just built a different way. So, if he's, come on, certain things you have to do when you have a wife or you have a husband, whether you want to do it or not. It's just those things that have to, at least if you didn't miss her that much, you pretend you did. You know what I'm saying? They don't come home after a week and you just act like,
like nothing has happened. I mean, not, hey, baby, greet him at the airport, give him a hug, a kiss, like nothing.
Right.
Listen.
Cook the dinner when she came home. You got a nice meal. But then, that's why when these women go away without you, Dexter St. Jock is on the beach.
Uh-oh.
And, if your thing ain't right at home when they leave, could be to get it right.
Dun, 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 dun.
So I'm just saying, when you take things for granted,
That is
now, what is her mindset today, waking up?
Right. I mean, she's good now, I'm sure. Like, like I say, they've been married 20 years. I'm sure she's okay. But he was wondering, like, dang, why she had an attitude. And when I expressed it to him, he was like, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, well, you better start thinking.
You better
after
start
20
thinking,
years,
bro.
I mean, don't take it for granted because I can tell you that if you got someone that you was able to cohort with for 20 years, there ain't much out there that you will be able to make 20 days with. Today.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Gee, wait, though. Let me tell you this. This is the funny part, though. She said, did you even miss me? This man said, yes, I did miss you. I had to take care of the kids and stuff, so I missed that part. I mean, I could have just
How old is his
smacked
kids,
him
by the
across
way?
his head. The kids are 7 and 8.
Oh, so he's still making babies.
Yeah, they're little. Yeah, they're little.
Yeah.
They got together when they were like 19 and 20.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, when he said that, I could have just smacked his head. He was on the phone, but I was like, dude, you did not tell her that. He was like, was that wrong? Listen, I understand that we want to be, and that's something that I talk about. I talk about us being authentic and speaking, like we're supposed to speak, not code switching and stuff like that. But there are certain things that you have to do in order to stroke a woman, just like there are certain things that we need to do in order to stroke a man. We stroke a man's ego. We can do whatever we want and get whatever we want, right? Because a man wants to know that he is the man, right? He is zaddy, right? So come on now. You know that woman been gone for a week. She missed you. You knew she was going to want you to show her some love, something. Then you done made her mad and told her that you miss her because she's the one that's been handling the kids. Like, come on, Joker. What you should have did, and I had to tell him how to make it up. And then I gave him a couple of suggestions. And he had to go and do a couple of things, buy a couple of flowers, love and rub and hug, and then blow the back out a little bit. And then he was all right. You know what I'm saying? But I'm sure they're good today.
But what I'm saying is, sometimes it's best to shut your mouth if you ain't going to say the right thing.
Right.
Because you just put, women emotionally take everything the wrong way.
Wait a minute now.
No, listen, if you don't break it down and say it right, they're going to find the worst part out of that. You know what I'm saying? So
wait a minute.
Yeah, women is good.
Maybe
at that.
that's the part that sticks out. Okay. Maybe you're saying it wrong.
He may said it right, and that's what I'm saying. That exactly again. He may was saying something and didn't mean it that way, but how she heard it and received it is that way.
Right.
So sometimes it's just best to just don't say nothing.
Hey.
Have flowers when she got home. You should have had the
That should have been
flowers
it right there.
Right there. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, when I used to, when I was married and my husband used to travel, when I used to pick him up from the airport or whatever, I would be sitting there like, I would do different things, when he would come in. And so one time I was leaned up against the car like I was this G, right? And I was all cute and stuff. And then when he saw me or whatever, then I just ran to him and just jumped on him or whatever and hugged and kissed and, like you're really missed, right?
Right.
And so that's the type of, those are the type of like displays of affection that women like to see as well.
Right. And I mean, we're living in a time where people are really actually stressed out with their day-to-day lives.
Right.
And that's why you got so many people out here committing suicide and all type
my
of things,
God.
because they really don't feel like they being loved because they don't hear it enough. You know,
Right,
just the
right.
simple things. We're looking past that now, and
Right.
our emotional well-being. I'm telling you, Nori, I went down to Oak Cliff. You know, I go down there to get my bottled water because you can find some good deals down there. But
Okay.
I went into the Fiesta, and if I tell you, I seen a dozen of eggs for $16.
Wait a minute. And that was one of the things that we was going to talk about too, as far as the worries, and we're talking about
Yeah.
stress,
Yeah.
you know, is dealing with like the economy and the way that things is. You talking about a dozen of eggs for $16, and that, you know, economy, the supplies, the jobs, the vaccine, the new disease, right? The what is it called? The monkeypox.
Monkeypox.
Like everything is just so heightened right now. And you're right. People are so stressed out.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, that's how we got on stress today.
Yeah.
Look, we've been talking for a minute. Look, this is your lunchtime power hour. We're going to go ahead and give you guys a really quick break, pay a couple of bills real quick, and we're going to jump right back in there. This is your lunchtime power hour, brought to you by Fitness by Nori. Hi guys, I am your girl Miss Butterfly Beats, and I'm coming to you today with a 5-minute arm workout. Yes, 5 minutes. Right here I have my phone. It has a timer on it. 20 seconds on, 10 seconds rest. So you're gonna work for 20 seconds, 10 seconds you're gonna take a break or transition to the next exercise, right? So we have release push-ups. So we're gonna be on the mat, we're gonna do a push-up, we're gonna come down flat on our chest, we're gonna let go, we're gonna come back again and push up, okay? As many as you can do in 20 seconds. From there, you have hammer curls. I have 5-pound weights that I'm using to do the hammer curls, right? Shoulder press and close. We're gonna shoulder press up with the weight. We're gonna close in, okay? Keep it at 90 degrees. Make sure you watch your form. From there, we have tricep overhead extensions. We have the weight here. We're gonna push up. Make sure you keep your elbows close to your head so we can get that work in that tricep area. All right, and then we have lateral anterior raises. Straight out, straight up, eye level. Straight out, straight up. All right, those are your 5 exercises. 20 seconds work and 10 seconds rest or transition. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start the timer, and we're gonna get to it. I'm gonna get on the mat so we don't lose any time, because we have release push-ups. So land flat, and I'm gonna start the timer. Let's go. Push, let go, push. Come on, you got it. It's only 20 seconds. If you need an alternative, you can do it from your knees as well. All right. From there, we have hammer curls. So to your feet, grab your weights, and we're gonna go straight into those hammer curls. Up, 20 seconds. Try not to rock. Got about 5 seconds. Keep going. We have those shoulder press and close, okay? So go ahead and get ready. Shoulder press and close. Up, 90 degree, close. Come on. I know those shoulders are firing. That's good. Those are results. Yeah. Watch your form. All right. We have tricep overhead extensions.
All right, we back from the break. Nori, tell them how they can check that video if they want to go into your archives and see something that can help them out.
Absolutely. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that beginner's arm workout. Any of the workouts that I do, you can find them on YouTube. They are free under Fitness by Nori. Fitness by Nori. I also do a 30-minute live every Monday night for your never miss a Monday workout. It's at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. It's on live on Instagram and Facebook. Okay. And those are saved on YouTube as well. Also on Wednesday mornings for your midweek hump day burn, trying to get you through to the weekend. It is every Wednesday morning at 5:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. It's a quick 30-minute burn, right? All of those are live on Facebook and Instagram, and then those are just recorded that the same way, and they're put on YouTube on Fitness by Nori. So if you want to go back, you want a quick burn, you want a 5-minute, arm exercise, a 5-minute butt lift, whatever you're looking for, go to Fitness by Nori on YouTube. All right, guys. So, we was just talking about a whole bunch that's going on right now here in the world today, right? And so that was one of the reasons why I wanted to talk about this particular topic, which is stress kills. We have a whole lot to unpack today under this topic. So I want to make sure that we go ahead and we get started and we have enough time to do so. So we're going to show you guys this video. I'm going to tell you how I came about this. So I came about it because, we always scrolling. We always looking on Facebook. We always looking on YouTube. We always just scrolling, right? The thing that's hot right now is TikTok, right? So I'm just scrolling and I'm looking at different things on there. And I came across this video. And one would think that this video is funny. And at first glance, you are going to think that it's funny. And so we're going to just talk about it and get down to it and dialogue a little bit. So let's see the video.
Shadow, relax, Shadow. Shadow, relax. Shadow, stop. Shadow, relax, Shadow. Shadow, relax. Shadow. Stop.
So what this is, right? It's a woman. And for those of you that may not be able to view it, let me break it down. It's a woman. She's walking down like the sidewalk, right? And she's eating something, opening up like a burger or something, right? And then on the other side of the sidewalk, it's a guy passing her. He looks to be blind. He has a walking stick and a blind seeing eye dog, right? And so he's walking and he's kind of pedaling through. And this woman passes by with some food, and this dog kind of barks at her a little bit. It startles her, so she jumped and she dropped her food, right? And the guy is turning around because the dog is turning, and she's fussing and yelling and going at him and fanning her hands and all of this, right? Like she wants to fight and all of this. And the man is telling the dog, Shadow, to calm down, Shadow, calm down. And then Shadow jumps in like at her neck, right? And tries to bite her. I ran it twice on the video. It's about 10 seconds. And so I ran it twice for a 20-second video, right? So explaining all of this, basically, it was funny, right? When you first look at it and you look at everything that's going on, it would be funny. But as I continued to view it, I was like, that's crazy. Nowadays, people are so defensive and just so angry that we no longer seek to understand, nor do we seek to be understood, right? I mean, we always just want to fight, but we have to understand that there are more ways to fight than just with our fists. And this woman, she's squaring up with this man, right? First of all, let me break it down. First of all, he is blind, right? At least supposed to be. He's blind. He has the stick. He has the dog. I don't know if she was upset because she dropped her food, if she was upset because she was startled. I don't know, if she was scared, if she was upset because she was embarrassed or whatever, because she was afraid of the dog. There's nothing wrong with being afraid of a dog. Like, dogs are pets or whatever. They're there to protect their owners and stuff like that. And this man is supposed to be blind. And those of you that can't see me, I'm doing air quotes. Because if you see the video, the man is following her every which way that she goes, right? So every way she go, he's following her. So clearly we know that he's not blind. But not only is she trying to, not only is he following her and supposing to be blind, but she's trying to fight this blind man, and she's going at him with his dog, right? She's still hooping and hollering at this man and still does not realize that this dog is a stuffed animal. And I'm sure she probably realized it after he put the dog like at her neck or whatever, like he's gonna bite her. I'm sure she realized it at that point. And I'm sure once the video like went off or whatever, he, apologized or whatever, probably paid for her food or whatever the case may be. But in that moment, those were her true reaction. That was her true reaction, or her true behaviors in that moment. And that just made me think like, boy, stress can kill you. People get so upset and they're so focused on whatever it is that they're doing that she didn't even realize what was going on around her. You mean to tell me that you did not realize that this was a stuffed animal that he was operating with his hand? And it did seem real because he was barking at the same time and he was trying to talk, but she probably didn't even realize it because she was like trying to overtalk the bark or whatever, and she's trying to fight and square up. Looking at this video, it does kind of make you laugh a little bit, but that it kind of puts me in the mind of what G was just saying as it relates to the reality. We're just numb to dumb. We're
Right.
numb to dumb. One of my friends said that. We're numb to dumb. We want to, everything is funny. We want to be entertained. Everything is entertainment. Are we even learning anymore?
Yeah. You even take, for instance, a man, Chris Rock. That was like a tragic moment, but they turned that into entertainment.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? It's
Correct.
as as being black men, that was tragic.
It was very tragic for our culture, for the men that are supposed to be leading this culture. That was very tragic. I talk about all the time how I have a total newfound respect for Chris Rock. I'm a woman. It would have been some furniture moving up in there. And I'm not
Right.
going to, because wait a minute. First of all, you come over here and you hit somebody. Like, you learned that when you was in elementary school. Keep your hands to yourself. Don't hit unless you want to be hit. You know what I'm saying? Do unto others as you would have them to do unto you. So if he hit you, you should expect to get hit back, And so, yes, that was very, very, but think about this. I'm going to tell you, and I always try to, my foundation is the word, right? Is the Bible. And in Proverbs, it tells us that wisdom is a principal thing. It's a principal thing. We need to get wisdom. But in all thy getting, get an understanding. And this woman was not trying to get an understanding, nor was Will Smith trying to get an understanding. The only person at that time that was trying to get an understanding looked to be like Chris Rock, right? Because Chris Rock was like, wait a minute, what happened? Hold on. In all of thy getting, get an understanding. Find out what was going on. In this video, at first glance, it did make me laugh. But upon continuing to look at it a little bit, I was just like, how stupid is that? Sometimes you got to walk away.
Right.
Sometimes you just need to walk away. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Could she have beat up the dog? As mad as she was, she probably could have. The adrenaline was pumping. She probably could have. But the way that the man put the dog at her neck, it would have hit her carotid artery. It would have bled. She would have bled out before the police even got there. So come on. Sometimes the best thing to do is to make it home.
Right.
Sometimes that's the best thing to do is to make it home. We don't live by the fruits of the spirit anymore. And when you think about the fruits of the spirit, it's very, very simple stuff. Love, joy, peace, patience. Do we live by love, joy, peace, and patience nowadays? Then there are things like kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. There are 9 things, the fruits of the spirit. Do we even pay attention to stuff like that? Love is played with nowadays. People use your heart as a game, and they use your heart to figure their lives out, right? And they play games with you. So love, people don't even look at love as being real anymore. Joy. Is there a such thing as real joy? Yes, there is. But you're going to have to seek within yourself in order for that joy to come forth, in order to bring that joy out. You can't make anybody else happy if you're not happy. People will only treat you according to the way that you treat yourself. So you need to treat yourself very well so that people can know how to treat you. You teach them how to treat you by how you treat yourself. So joy, that unspeakable joy that they talk about, it comes from within. But do people even talk about that nowadays? Do people even deal with that? Peace. Peace is a thing that you should not, you should spend the bank on your peace. You can always get more money. But peace, you sometimes to obtain peace is giving up your whole life, because people will come in and destroy your peace. They will mess up your mind. They will mess up your heart. And peace can allow you to see things totally different. When you have a settlement and a calm in your spirit, it would allow you to see things differently and do things differently. With peace, patience. We don't have patience anymore. We want everything like a microwave. We want everything like a fast food restaurant. We want everything fast, quick, because time waits for no one, which is true. It doesn't. However, some things only happens in the nick of time. In time, that's when things happen. You have to be patient and allow things to come forth. Like a good wine doesn't happen overnight. A long-lasting love doesn't happen overnight. You have to have patience. And then kindness. Kindness. Are we even kind to one another now? Just in regular, just pass by regular day. The man done pulled a gun on some women because he was holding the door for them and they didn't say thank you. It was kind on his part to open the door and hold the door open for women, right? Which is chivalry, which they say chivalry is dead, right? That was very chivalrous of him. But they weren't even kind enough to say thank you or nod their heads or anything. And then he gets upset and get all in his feelings and everything and wants to show his ego. I guess he's going to teach him something, and he pulls a gun on him. Like, really? Where's the kindness?
Yeah, but we were at our greatness when we needed each other. You see, our people feel they don't need each other. That's why relationships, marriages, and everything no longer work. I mean, I can't look up and say, my mother was possibly the happiest woman in the world with her husband. But the fact was, they needed each other for us to survive as young kids. You know what I'm saying? That money needed to come together to take care of families. And, that's why I said when I was young, I didn't know what a deadbeat dad was. Because if your mother had 5 kids and met a new man, that was his kids.
Yeah.
He came in and he took the responsibility, even if your father was still in your life. This guy took the responsibility to say, I'm your protector and everything. I've seen men that then when they children and something went down and they was out there ready to go to war behind those children. You feel what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's a thing that this world is all about me now.
Because men at that time, men took pride in this is, being able to protect and provide. Those are the things that we look at a man to do, right? Is to protect and provide, in which, don't get me wrong, you guys do so much more than that.
Right.
But that's what they took pride in. I'm going to protect my family. I'm going to take care of my family.
And that's when our men were at their best.
Yeah.
When they were the providers, when they went out and did what they had to do. Now, I'm sure some women wanted to have their own careers and different things, but it was real hard. They barely could vote, in the 60s. So jobs and all that, what prideful man want his woman cleaning the house for somebody?
Right.
So that man, if he had to take 2 jobs, he would do it. But somewhere along the line, the system broke him down.
Right.
And when they put that woman to work and put her through school and all those different things, they broke down the resource of the home. Because now you got the father that was out there, and you got the mothers out there, and nobody to direct the kids.
The
now.
kids, right.
We never was, as young kids, out there with no direction at all.
Right. And that's where it starts to progress with the latchkey kid, and the kid, you know, come home, lock themselves in the house, take care of business, do what you have
Right.
to do, because you know that mom and daddy got to work and stuff like that.
Right.
But you are correct. When they put the woman to work and allowed her to work or whatever, in which that was never our issue. And when I say our, I'm talking about from a cultural standpoint, a black culture, that was never our issue. We never wanted to be, you know, equal to our man and stuff like that. That was someone else's issue, and we can talk about that at another time. And you know, we had so many people that end up jumping on the bandwagon, but they know that if they present that to us and we see that it's perceived as being good, then we will jump on board or whatever and tap in. And yes, it has caused us as women to be so much ahead of me. And one of my girlfriends was talking about that as well, and that's going to be one of the shows here. But it has caused us to be so progressive as females that the men, that there's a total gap between the female and the
Right.
male.
Right.
You know, and you know, before, yes, it did used to be us, you know, being there with the man, he doing his thing and all of that, and we're there to serve them when they get back and stuff like that. And that has changed severely, you
Right.
know. But like you said, that was when you guys were needed. You are
It was
still
needed.
needed.
Right.
And so, and I need you to understand that you are still needed, you know. But it's just different things that we just don't even operate by. You know, like I'm talking about the fruits of the spirit, kindness and goodness, faithfulness. Faithfulness is not something that's even viewed as a value these days. For
Right.
someone to be faithful, you know, to be
Right.
faithful to you, to be faithful in our marriage, to be faithful in our relationship, to be faithful to these children. You know, nowadays parents are so frustrated and they so, I just want to do my thing or whatever. They don't care who keep the kids.
Right.
You know, that's one thing that I can absolutely say about and I say my three sisters, because my cousin, she's like our sister too, you know, our first cousin, and that's the mother of my godson. They don't let any and everybody keep their kids. Bree, Trey, and Jessica, they do not let any and everybody keep their kids, you know, and I love that, you know, the values that they have. They're faithful to their children. They're faithful to their families, you know, to what God has given them. You know, gentleness. Are we even gentle with each other? Are we
No,
gentle with each
mean,
other?
Again, you know, why do I have to? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just at that point where, you know, you have some women that has been through bad relationships.
Absolutely.
And a lot of them is what they chose. It was
Absolutely.
nothing. It's nothing
It's a choice.
given to you. It was your choice. But
Yeah.
then they finally wake up one day and just say, "Hey, I'm doing me."
Mm-hmm.
You know, and they can afford to do it. You know what I'm saying? They don't have to tune in to any man and his issues anymore.
Right.
They free.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's good, but to a certain point, that doesn't raise us up as a race.
As a people, yeah.
Because-
But that's where self-control comes in as well, which is the last fruit of the
I
spirit.
keep telling a lot of people, your words are power.
Yeah.
If you say certain things, your kids will grow up believing it.
Absolutely.
We know we were scared of a boogeyman that didn't exist.
Right.
Because what was our relatives, oh, you be bad, the boogeyman gonna come get you. You know what I'm saying? I
Right.
mean, this is what you put in our mind. So when I hear women say, I don't need a man, what goes into Ellery's head after she hears that
Right.
over and over again?
Right. Well, she don't hear that over and over again on our side.
Right, but I'm
'Cause
just
we
saying-
need men
right.
and we actually desire them.
Right,
So-
right. But see, you have so many that's gotten into that broken covenant
Right.
that they have put there. We need each other.
We do.
A woman
We do.
makes a man achieve and overachieve
Absolutely.
when she's that right powerful
Yeah.
woman. You could, because I remember when I was a young kid, just seeing my mother. You know, if you do good out there, you want to come home and bring it to mama.
And you want to brag, and you
Yeah.
want them to stroke your ego and rub
Yeah.
your head and cheer for
Yeah.
you. Yay!
Yeah, you know, so because a woman is that man's power. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Yeah.
I can accomplish things, but it ain't the same, you know, sharing it with my friend
Right.
as it is if my woman was in my life. And
Absolutely.
she looking, baby, I'm proud of you. You know, those
Right.
things is missing.
Right.
You know, the simplest things. We are the only race of people that you see.
Yep.
I'm talking about the only race of people that you see
Yep.
that our women say, we don't need a man.
That's vocal and audio and just out loud and wrong.
Every other race is building a family together.
Yes.
You know, you got the Latinos, they up in the house with 6 families.
Yep.
Saving money.
Yep. Buying houses,
Building.
building cars and buying buildings and all this stuff. You
I
right.
asked a Latino sister one day, she was in the laundry, man. This girl had like 5 shopping carts.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, damn, I said, man, you doing a lot of clothes. And she was like, you know, we all live in the same house and we take turns
Doing
the laundry.
Okay.
So she's doing laundry of other people, husbands and wives and all that, and their kids.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's a come together effect.
But baby, I tell you what, you better not do that with us.
Right.
You know, and I'm going to tell you this, because there's a certain level of respect. You get people like that, they can live together because
Right.
they respect, you know, each other's boundaries and what each other have going on. And this day you're going to do the laundry for everybody. This day you cook for everybody or whatever, right? With us, you will have us come in and be like, well, today I don't feel like cooking. Or I know it's my time to do laundry. Let me pay you to go and do it, you know, or whatever. Like, what makes you better than me? To where you can't do your part to pull us together and so that we can go up.
What you doing with my man boxes?
Yeah. Thinking some crazy
Yeah,
stuff.
I'm
Well,
just
I
saying.
got your man boxes because it's my day to do laundry.
Yeah, it's
like,
just,
this is crazy.
I mean, just imagine us living in the same house.
No,
you know,
and
Cat,
it doesn't happen.
Yeah, Cat looking at your girl like, damn, she fine. You know.
And it's just the boundaries and the
Yeah.
level of disrespect. You
Yeah.
know, it's crazy. In which if we could live by that, we could do a whole lot
Yes, we
more.
can.
You know, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted us to talk about stress today. I mean, stressing ourselves out or whatever. Stress itself, don't get me wrong, stress itself can't kill you literally, you know, but the effects of stress on the body will kill you. You know, listen, we all deal with a certain level of stress. You know, whether that be, you know, high stress, low stress, we all deal with a certain level of stress. But high levels of stress over a long period of time could damage you. You know, it could lead to like premature deaths. And that's just being real. Anything from cardiovascular issues to encouraging unhealthy bad habits like smoking cigarettes or doing drugs or alcohol. You know, all of these things come from stress. A rise in your heart rate, you know, the issues with your blood pressure, changing in almost every bodily system, your systems of your body, you know, could change, including your immune system, your digestive system, and even the brain. High levels of stress over long periods of time is not good for anyone. Anyone. There is good stress and bad stress. When you think about the fight or flight syndrome or the fight or flight responses, you know, there is good and bad stress. And we need that because, you know, if we have to fight and get ourselves out of a situation or whatever, we need those levels of stress. But for high periods of stress, for long periods of time, we don't need that. There is a stress hormone called cortisol. Cortisol is a stress hormone, and it can be beneficial in some cases, like when you're motivated to complete short tasks. Like for me, for example, my cortisol and stuff used to raise, and I know it did, and I'll tell you why. My cortisol used to raise when I was in school, and I had to do papers, and I had to do study for exams and stuff like that. My cortisol used to raise because I used to go and I used to snack a lot while I was sitting there doing those papers. However, it could help you though in short burst, it can help you. The small levels of stress, it could help you because it helps you improve your memory, because I'm thinking about the stuff that I need to do. I'm thinking about the stuff that I need to type, the stuff that I need to write. I'm thinking about the stuff that I need to remember in order to take the test. It increases alertness and it helps with your performance. It helps with your performance in short bursts. But you have long terms of stress, which is also known as chronic stress. You know, it can affect the mental, the physical, the emotional. It can affect you in a great way. So right now we're going to take a break. You know I give a lot of information. And we talk a lot and I give a lot of examples, but we're going to take a break right now. And then when we come back, I'll give you guys some signs of some physical signs of stress. And I'll give you guys some suggestions on some things that we can do to help you bout stress. So let's. Hi, guys.
Yeah. So we just seen the fitness center where you be doing your workouts.
Yes.
Yeah,
Those
give
are-
them some information on that.
That was from the class. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. If you are here in Dallas, I would love for you to come in studio. We are in studio on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 p.m. Parents, go ahead and get the kids settled, get them down, get their homework and stuff done, get them dinner, and then go ahead and put them to bed. Spend that last hour for yourself from 8 to 9 on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then on Saturday mornings, first thing Saturday mornings, more than likely, they are still asleep at 8:30 in the morning, okay?
Yeah.
So at 8:30 in the morning, you come and get your workout from 8:30 to 9:30. Go on and knock that thing out. Then get up and you'll have the energy to rip and run with the kids once they get up and get moving. So Tuesdays and Thursdays at 8 p.m., Saturday mornings at 8:30 a.m. We are at TBF Studio, 3711 West Camp Wisdom. TBF Studio, 3711 West Camp Wisdom. I would love to have you. All right. So welcome back, guys. Welcome back. Hopefully, I'm not doing too much information overload on you guys, but we're talking about stress kills. And to recap a little bit, again, stress itself doesn't literally kill you, but the effects of stress on the body could kill you. It could shut down all of your major organs and your digestive system. I mean, just everything, just regular stuff. Because you're so stressed out with long periods of stress over a long period of time, right? Or high stress over a long period of time. So some physical signs. I told you guys when I came back from break, I was going to give you guys some physical signs of stress. So some physical signs of stress is like headaches. If you have constant headaches just out of the blue and you don't normally have them, right? Headaches can also be caused by dehydration. So one thing you want to do is you want to try to drink some water. Just go ahead and try to hydrate yourself. Drink you some water. If you are still getting these major crazy headaches, you might want to look at your stress levels. Look at your stress load, okay? Muscle aches. For me, I'm in fitness. I work out every single day except for Sundays. And on Sundays, I do self-care. And so I still have to dig down in those muscles because on Sundays I get massages too, right? But muscle aches can tell you that there is a level of stress that's going on and you need to look at your stress load. Chest pains. Chest pains is a direct sign that something is not right. Your body is telling you something is not right, okay? And a lot of times the statistic have been that men have heart attacks at work. At work. They will leave home knowing that their chest is hurting, knowing that their left arm is hurting, their fingers are tingling and numb, and they will still go to work and they'll have heart attack at work, okay? So some signs of stress is chest pain, headaches, muscle aches, chest pain. Also, digestive issues from regular like stomach discomfort to indigestion to diarrhea. If you're running to the restroom, that means you can't get settled in your stomach. So you're running to the restroom and your stomach is hurting. These are physical signs of stress. Stress can affect your sex life, your libido, right? You know how people say you can't get it up. Okay, women are getting mad at their men because they're like, I just can't do this, or I don't want to, or they're rejecting them because they can't get an erection because they are stressed. Okay, so these are things that you need to look at. You know, it will affect your sex life. Behavioral changes in your behavior. You know, you may find it hard to make your day-to-day decisions, just regular day-to-day decisions. For me, for an example, when I was going through the divorce, I mean, it was just regular, everyday stuff, just regular stuff that it just seemed like I couldn't make a decision on. And that was one thing that I used to fuss at my ex-husband about. Just make a decision. If it's wrong, then we can go ahead and we can correct it. Just make a decision. If we go down the wrong path, then we can do something different and correct it. Just make a decision. If it's right, then we gonna hooray this thing, right? We gonna dance it out, right? Just make a decision. But don't let fear of making a decision or the confusion of making a decision cause you to be paralyzed. So just with your regular day-to-day stuff, you're having issues in making a decision. Also, some other behavior issues is snapping on people that are around you. Just people that are around you, just being irritable with people and snapping on them and stuff like that. Think about your stress load. Look at what's going on. Constantly worrying and feeling depressed. Those are stressors. Those are things that you need to look at as far as stress. Stress could cause you to turn to things like cigarettes, drugs, alcohol. As I mentioned earlier, if you find yourself starting to crave these type of things, or let me see what this would do, maybe this would help me. Sugar, you know, stress will cause you to go and just eat candy, junk, you know, just like I talked about the cortisol, it raises or whatever, and you start eating the junk. So think about those things. When you start doing things that are out of the norm for you, take a pause, back up, look at what's going on. And the final thing, a physical sign is stress could cause you issues with your sleep. It could cause you not to be able to sleep. You're tossing and turning. It could cause you to oversleep, just being depressed and being in the bed and just sleeping for long periods of time. So to recap, headaches, muscle aches, chest pain, digestive issues from regular discomfort to indigestion and diarrhea. Your sex life could be affected. Behavior issues as far as not being able to make day-to-day decisions. Regular being irritable with people around you, not being able to deal with them and snapping off on people around you, worrying and being depressed, feeling depressed, turning to other things, cigarettes, drugs, alcohol, sugar, okay? And not being able to sleep or getting too much sleep. Those are some physical signs of stress. So what can you do about it? What can you do about the stress? Ultimately, you want to get away from it, okay, if you can. So if it's a mate that's stressing you or that's causing you issues or whatever, and it's not your husband or wife, then you can do away with that relationship. If it's not bringing you peace, if it's not bringing you a balance, if it's causing you stress where you're getting headaches and all of this different stuff, that's something that you might want to think about separating from, okay? But if it is your husband or your wife, someone that you want to stay with in this long term, you may want to think about getting some therapy, some counseling, some couples counseling, marriage counseling. You can look into things like that. Ultimately, though, you want to get away from the stress. You want that stress to be over there and you're over here, okay? So ultimately, you want to get away from the stress. Exercise. Exercise can help you with the stressors as well because it releases the adrenaline, it releases the different hormones, and it causes everything to balance out, the different hormones to balance out, right? Like the testosterone, the progesterone, you know, it causes everything to balance out. So exercising, you may want to think about that. Even if it's just deep breathing, just breathing. A breathing technique will help you with your stress as well. I noticed that when I get a lot of times, especially when I'm speaking on stages or whatever like this, right? And I'm in front of people or I'm talking, I have to take a deep breath sometimes because I'll get to talking really fast and I'll get to rambling, right? And I'll have to take a deep breath and calm myself down because I get excited. I get so overjoyed with helping people and helping people with their lives and getting things together. So I have to take a deep breath, calm myself down, allow everything to calm down a little bit, right? And then get back to it. So deep breathing can help you as well. Meditating. Meditating is an amazing tool to use in order to help you with stress. Meditating. There are some cool apps out there that can help you as well with your breathing and your meditating, and your meditation. I'm sorry. One of those apps is called the Calm app. It's Calm. And no, I'm not getting paid for that. But I want to be able to help you guys with this. So Calm, the Calm app helps as well. So you may want to look into that when you're thinking about your deep breathing and your meditating. Journaling. Journaling is something that's good. Write it out. Write out your expressions. Write out how you feel. Write out if she's pissing you off, and excuse me, if she's making you mad, if he is making you mad, right? Write it out. Say the things that you feel, because a lot of times we hold things internally, especially men. You hold things inside and you don't let them out. And so that's why our men are dying at higher rates than women, because women will let it out. We'll cry. We'll go to our friends. We do all this, right? So go ahead, write it out. Whatever it is you want to write. You want to curse him out? You want to curse her out? Write it out, okay? And then what you do? Go burn it. Burn it. Shred it and burn it. You've gotten it out. You've released it. And then you do away with it so he or she doesn't read it later and hurt their feelings or mess them up, and then mess up the relationship, right? So go ahead and you write it out, and you scribble it, you scratch it, you draw it or whatever, right? If you doodle it, and then you can tear it up and you can burn it, right? But you've gotten it out. So journaling is really, really good. Journaling is also good if you want to journal it and you want to write it and you can leave it. And you can look back at it a couple of years later and say, wow, I made it through that. And I made it through that like a beast, So for me, my beasts and my butterflies and my beasts, they know about it. They pretty as they are. But sometimes you got to dig deep and it gets ugly. Healing is ugly sometimes, but you got to go through it. Go through the process. Journaling helps. Tap into your support system. If you have friends around you, if you have family around you that wish you well and want the best for you, tap into them, talk to them. They will give you good feedback. Now, if it's friends or family that don't want the best for you, because they're going to tell you all the crazy stuff. And those are people that you don't want to talk to and you don't want to take your problems to, because you want you want a good outcome. You want a good result. Okay, so if you have people that's talking to you crazy or talking down on you, or you stupid, or that's stupid that you do this or that and the third, those are not people that you want to go talk to. When you bring up their names, family or friends, because sometimes families can be the worst one. But when you bring up their names, they're saying, in your head, you're saying, I don't need to go talk to them. I don't need to go talk to them. And sometimes we go and talk to them anyway, and it disappoints us. And we like, I knew I shouldn't have went and talked to them. Well, in your heart of hearts, you have something in you that's called a spirit that leads you into all righteousness, right? It leads you down the right path. Okay, that's what that means. So your spirit is telling you, don't go talk to them. They don't mean you no good. They don't want nothing good for you. They don't want nothing good for themselves, because anybody that can wish harm on you, that means that they don't care about themselves. Guys, let me tell you something. I went through a really, really rough patch, and I had people in my face talking to me every day that could not stand me. And because I'm such this glow and I'm such this joy and I love people, I'm thinking people gonna love me the way that I love them. And that is just not reality. People have gone through different experiences. They've done some things. They've seen some things. They've been hurt, and hurt people tend to hurt people. And here, out of this last relationship that I went through, I saw myself doing that. That I was hurting. And so I was bleeding on people that didn't hurt me, and so from that point, I had to back off and I had to get myself together, which leads me to the last point. It's nothing wrong with seeing a therapist. It's nothing wrong at all with seeing a therapist. Okay, so see a therapist, go and get you some help, see a counselor. They are backed by certain laws where they're not supposed to, disclose information about you. It's client privileges. Okay, so they're not supposed to disclose those things, and you can go in and you can do a dump, and you can let them help you sort that mess out. All right. So some ways that you can combat stress, to recap, is ultimately to get away from it. Okay. We talked about that. Exercising, deep breathing, doing breathing techniques, meditation. And I gave you guys the calming app that will help you guys. It's called Calm, CALM, Calm. Journaling, writing it down, scribbling it out or whatever, and burning it if you're still wanting to be in this relationship, or, writing it out and setting it to the side so you can see how how far you've come along in the next year or 2 or 6 months, journaling, and tap into your support system, the people, the friends and families that you can go to that's going to give you good information, give you good suggestions and stuff like that. Tap into them. And then seeing a therapist. Those are different ways that you can deal with stress. Listen, understand, we some stuff you're going to have to accept that you just can't change. You're going to have to accept that you can't change it. Okay? You can't change other people. You can't be responsible for how other people feel and what other people deal with. But you can be responsible for you. You can be responsible for you and the way that you deal with stress and the way that you take care of things, because you have to take care of you. Gee, where you at? Look, he ain't tapped in yet. He ain't said nothing. I know that normally he be done broke in this thing, right? But you have to take care of you, and you have to work on yourself and how you deal with stress, because stress ultimately affects you. It affects you. Like people talk about forgiveness, right? Forgiveness is for you. It's not for the other person. Because when you're upset with somebody and you're stressed out and you're angry and you're growing this in your heart and you're getting these roots of bitterness down in your heart and you're angry and you're frustrated, that's working on you. That's not doing anything to anybody else but you. It's working on you. It's causing you headaches, muscle aches, stress. It's stress. It's causing you all these issues. It's messing with your stomach. It's causing you diarrhea. All of that. It's causing you not to be able to sleep. It's causing you not to be able to get it up. Women have issues too. Women feel like that they don't want to be sexual as well when they're dealing with stress. That's why when G was talking about just a minute ago, it's better that a woman not work outside of the home, because she can be able to take care of the man. That means that she can be able to keep her fitness up, her exercise and everything. She'll be able to cook and stuff, take care of the kids and all of that, and she'll be able to take care of that man when he gets in. So these are some different things, guys, that you can do. I know that I've given you a lot of information, but that's what this is called. This is called the Lunchtime Power Hour, okay? Brought to you by Fitness by Nori. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to wrap this thing up. I'm letting you guys know, if you need any assistance with your health and wellness goals, you can reach out to me, Fitness by Nori, fitnessbynori.com. That's the website. I'm on all social platforms as Fitness by Nori. You can email me at fitnessbynori@gmail.com. Contact me. Let me know whatever it is. If you want me to talk about something specifically on the show, drop me a chat. Let me know. I will research it and I will speak on it for you. I'm here to assist you in any way that I can, okay? We talked about the Never Miss a Monday workouts, the 30-minute workouts on live, Fitness by Nori, Facebook and Instagram, and the Wednesdays at 5:30 a.m. for your midweek hump day burns. We've talked about those as well. And then classes. Tuesday, Thursdays at 8 p.m., Saturday mornings at 8:30 a.m. at TBF Studio, 3711 West Camp Wisdom. Come on out and party with me. Look, it's a party, right? A fitness party. Other than that, I'm your girl, Miss Butterfly Beast of Fitness by Nori. This has been your Lunchtime Power Hour. I'm out.
No doubt.
G.